There was a lot of abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse.
I feared that my children were going to be taken into care at one stage.
I tried taking my life many times.
It got to the point that the kids watched him strangle me up against the door. The kids watched him punch me and kick me, and they watched him take a chunk out of my arm.
He needs one-on-one, and yet we had a baby as well. Ethan was diagnosed when Kitty was a newborn, so it really was such a difficult time.
I suffer with depression, not all the time, but due to my MS, my disability, really struggle actually, not being able to be as active as what I used to be.
Parents Helping Parents is a simple formula and one that's been working successfully since 1973 when the first Home Start scheme was created. Here in Winchester we support over 55 families every year. That's around 140 children.
Very nice to see you, very nice to see you.
We provide emotional and practical support to vulnerable families struggling to cope.
Living with bipolar disorder is a bit of a roller coaster ride, but for me it seems to happen 2 ups, 2 downs a year.
I have 5 children and 3 of them have special needs. So they need extra support.
We were faced with not just autism, but the worst case. Ethan scored top marks for autism, so you know it was a horrendous, breaking of news from the consultant.
Our trained volunteers offer informal, friendly and confidential support for at least 2 hours a week for as long as necessary. And each volunteer is carefully matched to their family, often becoming a listening ear, perhaps the mum or gran who is missing from a family's life.
As soon as April walked through the door, it was like a ray of sunshine, and April just smiled at me, made me feel welcome. My self-esteem grew, my confidence grew, I became happier, I felt welcome.
Kay, my Home Start volunteer, means absolutely everything to us.
Friendship, emotional support.
We play football and rode to horses.
I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't Joe.
Our families are coping with a diverse range of complex issues. Mental health problems including postnatal depression, relationship breakdown, low self-esteem, bereavement, unemployment, children with disabilities, parental illness, extreme isolation, or a lack of family support network. Research has shown that positive experiences in a child's early years are vital in creating a fully rounded and resilient adult, which is why we believe so passionately in supporting young families to give their children the best start in life. We don't employ a professional fundraiser, and we're almost entirely dependent on our own fundraising and voluntary donations to maintain our service. Everything we raise directly sustains our frontline work of supporting vulnerable families in and around Winchester.
When we put the tendering process out and Home Start came back to us, they had a very clear vision of what they could do with that money and of how they would spend it. And it appealed to us because they're a small charity and actually their core costs are very low, so the money that was going to be raised would be mainly go to deliver the services that Home Start provide.
We really are in awe of the volunteers that go into the homes, and we really do as a business recognise the value of that.
It's a privilege for me really to be able to support her. I feel we can learn a lot from everybody and she's just great.
There is a good feeling if you feel you can do something for somebody else, but I think also it's become a kind of relationship between the 2 of us as well, to get a lot from the friendship.
She's doing really well with Alfie, So it's just lovely to see him developing week by week.
I will take on any family with a child with cerebral palsy. In fact, some of them I'd already treated, so I knew the family very well. And that was quite nice. You don't have to hurry. I've got 2 hours with them.
We are so grateful to the local businesses who sponsor our events or make us their charity for the year, and to the choirs, churches, cake makers, car booters and fete organisers, local councils and trusts who consider us for a donation. If you'd like to make a difference to a child's life, please get in touch with us today.
Big thank you.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Been such
it's no effort to me. I've always said that's no effort to me. It's my pleasure. Always my pleasure.